USA pageant, starring 51 of the most outstanding young women in the USA. With your hosts, Dick Clark and Angie Dickinson. And special guest, Miss USA 1985, Laura Martinez Herring. Tony Award winner, Tommy Toon. And May 1988, Courtney Gibbs. Ladies and gentlemen, our reigning Miss USA, Courtney Gibbs.
Tonight, a new winner will know the thrill and the honor of becoming Miss USA 1989. I've had a lot of fun being Miss USA, and tonight is no exception. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce our host, Dick Clark.
Thank you very, very much. Tell me the truth, you won the crown last year. Is the excitement tonight as great as when you won last year?
I'll be honest, Dick, I had goosebumps last year. I have the same ones tonight. This is a very big evening.
It is indeed, and we've got a lot to get to, so we better get to it right now, Courtney.
For all the contestants, this is the first big moment of the night. Here are 51 candidates wearing their state costumes to tell us who they are and where they're from.
And what better way to kick it off than with our host state, Miss Alabama.
Terry Mooney, a communications major. I'm from Pelham, Alabama.
Tina Marie Geraci, a professional vocal entertainer from Eagle River, Alaska.
Leanne Locken, I'm double majoring in telecommunications and marketing from Apache Junction, Arizona.
Paige Jandel, majoring in elementary education from Greenwood, Arkansas.
Christina Bell, studying psychology from Los Angeles, California. Debbie James, pursuing a career as a television correspondent from Denver, Colorado.
Lisa Vendetti, I attend the Lee Strasberg Theater Institute, and I'm from South Windsor, Connecticut. Terry Sproul, singer and dancer from Wilmington, Delaware. Emily Singh, preload major from Washington, D.C.
Jennifer Parker, student and dancer from Tallahassee, Florida. Michelle Nemeth from Lilburn, Georgia. I'm in showroom management.
I'm Julie Larson, an international flight service manager from Honolulu, Hawaii.
Kelly Bean, majoring in international business and Japanese from Nampa, Idaho.
Kelly Howell, a graduate from Buffalo Grove, Illinois.
Gwen Volpe, Butler University pharmacy student from Griffith, Indiana.
I'm Marcy Reekwitz, a graduate of the North America Travel School from Red Oak, Iowa.
Nancy Burris, interior designer, Miles Colby, Kansas.
Louisiana.
Kirsten Blakemore, I'm an actress waiting to be discovered from Brunswick, Maine. Jackie Carroll, I'm a business major from Gaithersburg, Maryland.
Kimberly Wallace, a communications major from Ipswich, Massachusetts.
Karen Fanuc, an advertising degree and international corporate spokesmodel from Birmingham, Michigan.
Julie Knudsen, majoring in business management from Crystal, Minnesota.
Laura Lee Durant, I'm studying to be an optometrist, and I'm from Olive Branch, Mississippi.
Rhonda Hoagland, a senior studying pre-medicine from Kansas City, Missouri.
Tammy Ryder, senior honors student studying accounting from Billings, Montana.
Renee Harder, studying law from Omaha, Nebraska.
Janu Tornell, marketing student at UNLV. I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Baleen Schwallock, I'm a print model and aspiring actress from Windham, New Hampshire.
Deborah Lee Eustie, marketing major and model from Rockaway, New Jersey.
Tracy Brubaker, broadcast journalism, Alamogordo, New Mexico.
Jennifer Fisher, I'm going to be an actress and I'm from Rochester, New York.
Jacqueline Pageant, clothing and textiles major from Hobgood, North Carolina.
Carla Christopherson, entering Yale Law School in the fall from Tulsa, North Dakota.
Lisa Thompson, I'm a fashion coordinator from Marion, Ohio.
Jill Shepard, I'm a junior at Oklahoma City University from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
Jennifer Blaska, an education major from Central Point, Oregon. Denise Epps, I have a degree in marketing and I'm from Lansdale, Pennsylvania. Deborah Damiano, studying television broadcasting and I'm from Providence, Rhode Island. Angela Schuler, English major from Winthrop College. I'm from Rock Hill, South Carolina. Nanette Enders, an international business graduate from Watertown, South Dakota.
Kimberly Payne, I have a double major in English and broadcast journalism. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. Gretchen Paul Hemus, I'm a cattle broker and real estate investor from Fort Worth, Texas.
Janetta Van Zyverden, I'm a senior at Bingham High from South Jordan, Utah. Stacy Palmer, I'm a communications major from Burlington, Vermont.
Kimberly Nice-Wonder, studying business management from Bristol, Virginia.
Tian Fan, I'm a pre-med student at the University of Washington in Seattle.
Kathy Eicher, an international relations major from Huntington, West Virginia.
Sherry Baxter, I'm an international relations major specializing in economics and finance from Madison, Wisconsin.
Chandra Anderson, entering a master's program to teach gifted children from Jackson, Wyoming.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 51 contestants for the title of Miss USA 1989.
Into everyone's life, a little food must fall.
No problem.
The 1989 Miss USA pageant is coming to you tonight live from the Civic Center Theater in beautiful Mobile, Alabama. And just as, oh yes indeed. And just as this great city and the Gulf Coast has charm and natural beauty, so does my co-host for this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome one of Hollywood's most glamorous and talented stars, Miss Angie Dickinson. Welcome, welcome.
Are you excited?
This is so exciting. Thank you. I'm so happy to be here. I'm thrilled to death and extra because I'm not in competition. I'm so relieved. It really is exciting.
Well, it's always exciting because it's live television and it's very unpredictable and it's happening right now.
Well, yes, it's also a little scary for me. You're used to this sort of thing, you see. Forgive me if I make a few mistakes.
You do not have to be worried because you can't be half as scared as those 51 contestants.
Oh, that's another thing. Why are there 51 instead of 50?
Good question. You add the District of Columbia and you have 51.
Thank you. I wondered about that. Well, tell me more.
All right, now, in just a moment, Angie, or two, we're going to give our audience their first clue as to who the winner might be. And all week, the judges have been scoring our candidates in 3 separate competitions: swimsuit, evening gown, and personal interview.
And those were the primaries. which will lead to tonight's announcement of the 10 semifinalists. Then from those 10, our field will narrow to 5 finalists and ultimately to the new Miss USA.
I guess we're about ready to go. I'm going to be stationed here tonight. Where are you going to be?
Oh, not far. During the show, I'll be reporting from our pageant anchor position right up there. I'll have a view of everything that happens, and I'll be sharing it with the TV audience from high overhead.
You're sort of like our version of the Super Bowl blimp. I think you better go before I get in any more trouble.
Yes, well, I'm on my way. Come up and see me sometime.
Thank you very much. Angie Dickinson, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Now, as you at home watch the swimwear fashion show, you'll see some numbers on your screen. Now, those are the scores our judges have given each girl in the preliminary swimsuit competition. So you may want to get a pencil and a piece of paper handy and start scoring at home. Each of our young ladies will model a swimsuit she has personally chosen from swimwear provided by the J.C. Penney Company, including the exclusive Miss USA collection, and Angie's going to describe it for us right now.
Against the colorful backdrop of Mobile's historic Fort Gaines, we find polka dots and ruffles and Jennifer Parker, Miss Florida. A tankini is the choice of Tracy Brubaker, Miss New Mexico. Here's Miss Iowa, Marcy Request. Alabama's neighbor are Miss Mississippi, Laura Lee Durrett, in a zippy zip front. Here we have Miss Paige Yandel, Miss Arkansas. This may not be her rock-bound coast, but she feels right at home. Kirsten Blakemore, Miss Maine. Mobile is proud of its azaleas, and Maryland is proud of Jackie Carroll. In a tropical palm print, Miss West Virginia, Kathy Eicher. Gulf Coast scenery and Midwest charm, Nancy Burris, Miss Kansas. Miss Wyoming is Chandra Anderson, wearing a color block monokini. Here is Sherry Lee Baxter, Miss Wisconsin. Miss New Jersey is Deborah Lee Husty. At home near the water is Miss Rhode Island, Deborah Damiano. Miss Virginia plays hostess. She's Kimberly Nicewonder. Jill Sheffert, Miss Oklahoma, chooses a sherbet-colored classic tank suit. Enjoying the sun at Gulf Shores Beach is Miss Hawaii, Julie Larson. And in a soft pink wraparound, Miss Indiana, Gwen Volpe. Miss Washington is revealed to be Chian Fan. And Kentucky sends us Veronica Hensley.
Ain't got no cash, ain't got no style.
Our host state of Alabama is represented by Sherry Mooney. Our first beach blanket beauty is Miss Montana, Tammy Ryder. And from Connecticut, Lisa Vendetti. Faylene Schwalick doffs her hat as Miss New Hampshire. Miss Colorado jogs with 2 new pals. She's Debbie James.
Be happy.
Not to be outdone is Miss Michigan, Karen Finucane. A small state, but a big smile from Miss Delaware, Terry Spruill. Miss South Dakota is in an animal print tank. She's Nanette Endress. Miss North Carolina is Jacqueline Paget.
Be happy.
Someone else found a 4-legged friend. She's Miss New York, Jennifer Fisher.
So did Miss Nebraska, Renee Harder. Miss Tennessee is dreaming of castles in the sand. That's Kimberly Payne.
And Miss Idaho adds a finishing touch. She's Kelly Bean. From the District of Columbia, we have Somali Singh. The beautiful Bellingrass Gardens is where we find Miss Louisiana, Elizabeth Prim. A refreshing sight, Kim Wallace, Miss Massachusetts. And another New Englander, Miss Vermont, Stacy Palmer. Miss Alaska, a long way from home. She's Tina Marie Geraci. Jennifer Blaska, Miss Oregon, sports the sporty look in a two-piece logo stripe. Among our many flowers, Miss Arizona, Leanne Locken. Here's Miss Minnesota. That's Julie Knutson. Miss Illinois is Kelly Hollub in an eye-catching monokini. Our Lone Star girl wears a bikini with a twist. Miss Texas, Gretchen Paulhemus. And Nevada sends us Miss Janu Tornell. And Miss California is right at home on a beach. She's Christina Faust. With Georgia on her mind, Miss Michelle Nemeth. And here comes Miss Pennsylvania. That's Denise Epps. Carla Christofferson, Miss North Dakota. She joins Miss South Carolina, Angela Schuler. Perched in a beautiful southern live oak, our lively Miss Utah, Zanetta Van Zyverden. As the sun sets, here's Miss Missouri, Rhonda Hoagland. And our final candidate, Miss Ohio, Lisa Thompson. Aboard the battleship Alabama in Mobile Bay, a salute to all 51 candidates for Miss USA 1989 from the officers and men of NATO's Standing Naval Force Atlantic.
The Gulf Coast is spectacular, the young ladies are beautiful, and I know some sailors are very happy. Well, this is it, the best seat in the house, overlooking the entire pageant. From time to time, you and I will be able to see what's happening backstage as well as on stage. Now to explain the judging process, we have a lovely young woman who's going to be our roving reporter tonight. A few years ago, she was judged a winner and really knows what it's like to be in this competition. She's Laura Martinez Herring, Miss USA 1985. Laura.
Thank you, Angie. You know, it's a wonderful feeling to come back to the pageant this year and not have any of those butterflies you get when you're competing. And I'm going to have a lot of fun tonight taking you behind the scenes to show you a little bit about how things work. Let's start with how our judges vote by using these computer terminals. They enter a score for each contestant in our 3 areas of competition. Each score can be anywhere from a 1, like this, to a 9.9, like this. During this last week, our judges entered into the computer the scores needed to select our 10 semifinalists. Not even they have any idea who the 10 lucky young ladies will be. Angie?
Thanks, Laura. Thank you. Keep roving, and we'll be checking back with you for some more glimpses. When we come back, we're going to find out the names of our 10 semifinalists. We're back live from Mobile, and we're about to narrow our field of 51 candidates down to 10 semifinalists. Remember, during the week, judges scored each contestant in 3 competitions, 1/3 for swimsuit, and by the way, this year, for the first time, Contestants selected the swimsuit of their choice. This could be more revealing than anyone anticipated. Another third from evening gown judging. Again, each girl wearing a gown of her own choice. And the final third of their score is based on her personal interview with each judge. Let's go to Dick on stage.
Thank you, Angie. This is the big one. The computer is now printing out the names of our 10 semifinalists, and I'll have those names in just a moment. But first, wearing After Five dresses by Sherry Hill Designs and shoes by Frederico, we welcome back all 51 of our contestants for the title of Miss USA 1989.
Remember, when Dick reads the names of the 10 semifinalists, only you and I will see their cumulative scores, so keep your pencils handy.
All right, here we go. The names will be read, ladies, in no particular order. There's no significance to the order. Good luck to all of you. The first of the 10 semifinalists is Miss New Jersey. Let's add another name of Miss Colorado. All right, that's 2 of 10. The third name, Miss Louisiana. Please welcome Miss Oklahoma. All right, it's time to add the 5th name to the list of 10. It is Miss California. All right, we've reached the halfway mark. 5 more names will be added. Miss Illinois. Here's one more semifinalist, Miss Texas. There are 3 names left to announce, one of which is Miss Pennsylvania. Ladies, don't give up hope. We have 2 names left, one of which is Miss Arizona. The final name on the list belongs to Miss Georgia. Now, these are our 10 semifinalists. Congratulations, ladies.
Oh, boy. How many did you pick at home? Did you pick 1, 3, all 10? You lie. If you got all 10, you should be picking TV shows for a network. Well, all right. Here's where we are. These are the scores that got these 10 young ladies to this point. Now we wipe the scores out and begin the semifinals, and all 10 delegates are even. The next moment of decision is the interview competition. The scores will, I knew it. I'm so excited for them. The judges will score each of our 10 semifinalists on her poise, her presence, and her self-assurance, all qualities she'll need as the next Miss USA.
Boy, do I remember these interviews. This is the part where I really started to get nervous. We'll return right after this from Pampers.
When it comes to... Well, we're back live from Mobile, Alabama, and this really is nervous time because here's what our semifinalists face next. Now, based on interviews earlier in the week, we have prepared some questions. With this help, we're going to learn a little more about our candidates. But this time, the problem is there are millions of viewers in our worldwide audience. They're going to hear the answers, and that's a little harrowing. We're going to begin right now with our first interview with Miss New Jersey. This is Deborah Lee Husty, who's 21 years of age from Rockaway. She's studying marketing at Fairleigh Dickinson University, and you're not the only lucky member of your family. Something else good happened recently, I heard.
That's right. I do have another lucky member, and that's my grandmother. She was given an instant lottery ticket, and she won $25, and she was put into a $1 million drawing. And she went down to Trenton where they were having the drawing, and she really didn't want to be there. And she said, I'm never going to win. And she got there, and she was waiting for them to call the name, and she won.
Has it changed your relationship with your grandma?
No, it hasn't. My grandmother still treats me the same, and it's something that she deserved to get, and I think that we can all work and get things on our own.
Tell me what the Discover You Network is.
The Discover You Network program is a program that I helped to create, and it's for young people, and it's a motivational program. And it just tells them that we basically have two paths that we can take. We can take the harder one, or we can take the easier one. And I just try to stress that there are a lot of rewards for taking that harder path.
Thank you very, very much. Would you join us over there, and we'll check in with you later. That's Miss New Jersey. All right, if you will now, please greet Miss Colorado. This is Debbie James. She's 21 years of age from Denver, an advertising account executive, student at the University of Denver, studying broadcast journalism. You got a very busy schedule, I hear.
Yes, I do.
Outline it for me a bit.
Well, I'm a senior at the University of Denver. I'm studying mass communications. And then I also work full-time during the day for a magazine called Colorado Homes and Lifestyles.
And with all of this, you've got time to do stunt training?
Well, about 3 years ago, I went through the Universal Stuntman's Association out in L.A.
Why?
And just for a whim, I've also done some other acting experiences in Denver, so I thought I'd take an opportunity to pursue some stunt training and take some horseback riding and high fall training and everything else.
You're telling me you enjoyed this?
I enjoyed it. Actually, it's very difficult to learn how to take a punch and take a breakable bottle and all the other elements that are involved.
All right, fair enough. If you could take maybe one or two adjectives and describe yourself to somebody who didn't know you, what words would you select?
I would say, number one, I'm a very motivated person, and secondly, an adjective is a color, which is pink. I'm a very bubbly and exciting person, I think.
Thank you very much. We'll join you over there in just a little bit. That's Miss Colorado. Please say hello to Miss Louisiana. She's 23-year-old Elizabeth Prim from Houma. This is most photogenic. Now, Elizabeth, did I hear that you stopped going to school for a little while and now you're back in again?
Actually, I graduated 6 years ago, and I've been working for the past 6 years. And what I plan to do is go to Northwestern University in Natchitoches, Louisiana, and pursue my business degree.
Now, going back, not that you're an old woman by any means, but you're going to be older than some of the people who are there. Is that an advantage or disadvantage?
Actually, I feel the experience that I have acquired through working before I attended college will give me a bit of an advantage because I'll have the experience, and now I'll just pursue the book knowledge.
When you were a little kid, were you good or were you naughty?
I was very mischievous, and I think my mother can contest to that. Anytime anything ever broke, everyone looked at Elizabeth because they always knew she did it. But I do remember the time whenever I was given my learner's permit to drive. And I remember on my 15th birthday, I was not to get that driver's license until I showed responsibility. And it was at that time that I realized I wanted to be a responsible person so that I could drive to school.
Now, if you had one extraordinary ability, do you have it now or is it something you still wish for?
I feel like I may have it now. I have the drive and the determination to pursue my goals, and I just can't give up until I achieve them.
Thank you very much. We'll join you later over there, all right? That's Miss Louisiana. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Miss Oklahoma, Jill Shepard, who's 20 years of age from Oklahoma City, a junior at Oklahoma City University, pursuing a career in law for the hearing impaired.
Correct, correct.
I don't mean to be impolite. Are you, is your hearing impaired yourself?
No, I'm not. In fact, I got started in working with hearing impaired children when I was in the 5th grade and worked with a little boy by the name of Tim for 2 years. And he got me motivated with his patience. He taught me sign language, and from then on, I enjoyed it so much, I kept going throughout high school. And last semester, I tutored in a classroom with hearing impaired children as part of my curriculum for school.
Are you able to sign?
Yes, I am.
Would you like to send a message to those who would enjoy one? Have you got one in mind?
I would love to send a message.
Let's see. Just send it out there and the camera will pick it up.
Okay. Never give up your dreams. Find them, make them yours, and all through your life, never let them go.
It's a very nice thought for everybody. Thank you very, very much. We'll join you over there. That's Miss Oklahoma. All right, last in this group of 5 semifinalists, would you greet Miss California, Christina Faust, who's 23 years of age from Los Angeles. She's a student at Moore Park College. Christina, I have what would normally be an impolite question. Were you always beautiful? I know.
Thank you for the compliment. No, I don't think so.
Well, you can't really answer that. Were you, at any one time in your life, short, tall, skinny, fat, not, you know, the normal standards?
Yes, I have to say that in elementary school, I was very heavy. I was overweight, and my self-confidence was, I didn't have very much of it.
How did you get over that?
I joined Weight Watchers.
You went on a strict regimen?
I did. I said, you know, I have to do something here. This is getting out of hand.
You still have to fight it?
Yes, I do. I have to watch my weight very carefully.
If you were going to address a group of, and it's a prevalent problem, overweight people, particularly young people, what advice would you give them?
I would tell them that nothing is impossible. To believe in yourself, to like yourself, and to know yourself, and you can achieve anything.
Good thought. Thank you very much. Would you join the other ladies, please? That's Miss California. Now, 5 of our young ladies are sort of breathing a sigh of relief, but 5 are still holding their breath. We've completed half of our interview competition. Thank you, ladies, very much.
Courtney, what was this moment like for you last year?
Scary. I can remember standing there and just hoping that my face wouldn't shake. I was trying to do my best.
Well, obviously, your best was good enough to be the judge's choice. You are a beautiful Miss USA. Congratulations. Thank you. We'll see you later, Courtney. Well, when we come back, we'll find out how the next 5 semifinalists impressed this year's judges with their answers.
All Sears stores are closed today for the biggest... All right, we're back now to continue our interview competition with our other 5 young ladies, and we'll begin this time with Miss Illinois, Kelly Holub, who's 22, from Buffalo Grove, graduate of Indiana University, pursuing a career in TV broadcasting, and you were a violinist at one point. Are you from a musical family?
It's funny you ask. I'm from a very musical family. Let's see, my mother plays the accordion and the oboe. My sister plays the saxophone and the bassoon. My other sister plays the clarinet and the piano, and I play the violin and the piano. My father plays the radio.
You were a natural, except for your dad. He did a lot of listening. What was the kid's reaction when you went to school as a youngster as to being a violinist?
It's funny you ask that also, because I was referred to as an orchestra nerd. It was funny because we all had to carry our violin cases around the school, and so many of the young kids really didn't want to be seen with their violin cases, like it was, would be an outcast. And I always held my head up high, and I stuck through it, and now I'm very glad that I did, because many of those friends are regretting that they were calling me those names.
Let me jump to your present and your future. You want to be in television. They always say that in order to do that, you should be unique. What makes you unique?
I think it's the combination of my qualities. I've had an extensive education. I have my Bachelor of Arts in Telecommunications, and as you had mentioned, I'm have a good background in music, and combined with all that, I have an orange belt in Taekwondo.
Yeah, I'm not going to hassle you forever. Take a spot over there, and thank you very much. A good combination. That's Miss Illinois. All right, greet now, if you will, Miss Texas, Gretchen Polhemus, who's 23 years of age, from Fort Worth. She's a cattle broker and a spokesperson for the cattle industry. You are an urban cowgirl and a cattle broker. How'd you get to be a cattle broker?
Well, you're not going to believe this. It's not actually anything I studied, and I really had no desire to do that, but I've always had a love for animals, and I've always been involved in the rodeos, and so I thought, at that time I was doing real estate, and why not combine two investments for my customers, and so I just read into it and studied it and started doing that.
Now, this is a semi-serious question. There are a lot of people these days who are afraid of eating red meat. Now, as a spokesman for the cattle industry, how do you answer that?
Well, like anything, it's a choice. If you choose to be a vegetarian, that's your choice. There's nothing wrong with red meat if you just keep it to a minimum and if you just use your own judgment on it.
Now, I'm summarizing this. Cattle broker, real estate license. You obviously are a good salesperson.
I guess you could call me an entrepreneur.
What qualities does that involve?
A lot of curiosity and a lot of drive and a lot of determination and maybe a little bit of flexibility too.
Thank you so very much. Nice to have you with us. Will you join the other candidates? That's Miss Texas. All right, up next we have Miss Pennsylvania. This is Denise Epps, who's 23, from Lansdale, graduate of Indiana University of Pennsylvania. Now that strikes me as unusual. I'm from Philadelphia area. Indiana University of Pennsylvania?
That's correct.
What's that?
It's about an hour outside of Pittsburgh.
I'm so sorry for my own ignorance. Describe for me your carefree college days. Are they easy?
Well, they weren't real carefree for me. I worked a full-time job. I was a model, and I took my classes very early in the morning from 8 to 11, and then I drove about an hour and a half away, and I worked all afternoon, and then I'd drive home and do my studies.
Did it bother you or make you feel sort of persecuted that you were overly busy?
No, not at all. I think the experience that I gained being in the business world like that has really benefited me. I kept up with the college life, not quite as much as most of the college kids, but I still experienced it and enjoyed it.
Somewhere down the line when you have children of your own, if indeed that happens, and they go to school, and you can afford to send them through, would you advise them to work?
Oh, most definitely. Oh, yes. It trains you to be responsible. You become an individual. I would most definitely, yes.
And the last question, I guess, is with all of this training, where are you headed?
Oh, I'm headed out to have my own marketing consulting firm. I'm back to grad school in the fall. I'll be getting my master's in international marketing.
Much good luck. Thank you very much. Nice to have you with us. That's Miss Pennsylvania. Excuse me, my dear. Right over here. All right, we have two ladies still to meet. The next is Miss Arizona, Leanne Locken from Apache Junction. She's 21 years of age, telecommunications and marketing major at Arizona State University. You met the governor of Arizona, Rose Moffett.
I certainly did.
Any words of advice from her?
She said, "Go for it, Leanne."
That was it?
That was it.
That's pretty good. Go for 3 words of advice you can remember the rest of your life.
Well, considering they came from a very important lady, I took them to heart.
Now, I did a little bit of research, and they've asked all of you ladies, people you'd like to meet, and you wanted to meet a man named Lee Iacocca. I presume at this point most everybody knows who he is. Why do you want to meet him?
I think he's a dynamic person. If you've ever watched him or listened to him speak, he speaks with such enthusiasm and motivation, and he just encourages everyone to be the most that they can be. Anybody who would commit so much to an industry to be hurt as much as he was in his first career, and yet to pick himself up and go on, that to me is a hero.
Do you think those of you who are young can learn from the older generation, or do you think you know it all?
Well, I grew up with my grandparents, and I think I learned quite a bit.
Yeah, your respect for your elders?
Respect and love and admiration.
Thank you very much. It's nice to have you with us. Would you join us over there, please? That's Miss Arizona. Our last semifinalist is Miss Georgia. Michelle Nemeth, who's 24, from Lilburn, graduate of American College of Applied Arts, sales manager for a group of ladies' apparel representatives. So this sort of thing is, am I right in this? Don't you have the Miss USA pageant sort of running in your family?
Yes, I do. My mother was Miss Maryland USA in 1959.
Now, is she here?
She is here, yes.
Maybe we can get her to stand up, and Tony, we could get a shot of Miss Maryland of 1959. There, oh, looking good. Oh, what was the most important advice that woman gave you?
She told me to love yourself, be confident, and be determined, and just go in there with everything you've got.
And was there anything she didn't tell you that you wish she had?
She didn't tell me how nervous I would get.
Do you have a feeling that you're in front of an awful lot of people and that's why, or is it just the excitement of the occasion?
I think it's the excitement. This has been a goal in my life since I was 5 years old, which I'm sure it has been for many girls.
What is your career goal?
Well, my career goal, right now I'm showroom manager for Richard Miller Associates in Atlanta, and I would like to open my own wedding store, and it's very unique. I'd like to gear it towards somewhere in time and create time eras for weddings, like the 1920s or a futuristic wedding.
Sounds like an interesting idea. Thank you very much. Please join us over there. That's Miss Georgia. Ladies, thank you very much. You did a great job. That is the tough part of the competition, but I promise you it's over now, and from now on, we will have a kinder and gentler pageant for you, I promise. Thank you very much, ladies.
Oh, still keeping score at home. The only thing I know for certain right now is that we'll have a winner before the evening is over. Trust us. And that's going to be one lucky lady, because the next Miss USA will take home not only the title, but cash and prizes and a year's personal appearance contract totaling almost $250,000.
I love that part. In just a moment, Dick will tell us more about the incredible prizes Miss USA 1989 will receive after this word from Coast. But now Dick is going to tell us what the winner will take home.
Our Miss USA will fly round trip to the eastern destination of her choice. Whoever she dreams about, wherever she dreams of going, whether it's to the beautiful beaches of Florida or an enchanting Caribbean island, she'll fly on Eastern. For Miss USA and everyone else, Eastern, your ticket to fun in the sun. Something interesting always shapes up with the Home Versa Climber Total Body Exerciser. Tone and firm from head to toe with Versa Climber from Heart Rate Inc., Costa Mesa, California. From Minolta, she receives $6,000 cash, a video camera and VCR, plus the new Maxim 7000i SLR system. It's intelligent, ingenious, and a world by itself, only from the mind of Minolta. Along with $5,000 cash, Miss USA receives the fabulous feeling of ivory hair with a 5-year supply of Ivory shampoo and conditioner. Ivory, the official hair care system for the Miss USA pageant. The exclusive retailer of Miss USA swimwear, sportswear, and dresses, JCPenney, awards Miss USA $10,000 plus a wardrobe for appearances at JCPenney stores across the country. You're looking smarter than ever at JCPenney. In celebration of People's current 15th anniversary issue, People awards Miss USA a $10,000 scholarship, plus a lifetime subscription to People. She'll be beautifully informed for the rest of her life. People, that's what we're all about. From an admirer, diamonds from Kay Jewelers' Classique Collection, bracelet, earrings, and necklace, more than 6 carats of brilliant diamonds set in 14-karat gold, backed by Kay's 10 exclusive assurances. From White Rain Hairspray, she receives $5,000 and a year's supply of White Rain products, from regular to ultimate hold. White Rain, a beautiful hold at a beautiful price. She receives $2,000 plus exquisite eyewear from Marcolin of Italy by Marchand. Flattering styles, flawless fit, unsurpassed quality by Marchand, the best in eyewear today. What a ride to a dream date in a celebrity bow rider sport boat with super sport interior, stereo, and 175 horsepower engine from Celebrity Boats, plus a custom engineered boat trailer from Shoreline Products, Inc., a Starnes company. Along with $5,000 cash from Crest toothpaste, Miss USA receives a year's supply of Crest in 6 refreshing flavors and assorted sizes, one for every occasion. Crest, the dentist's choice. Topping off a dream wardrobe, Miss USA will wear a sporty mink jacket and natural black glamour mink coat from Flemington Furs, Flemington, New Jersey. From Secret Antiperspirant, she receives a stunning Temptations by Sherry Hill wardrobe, as well as $5,000 cash. Secret, the official antiperspirant of the Miss USA pageant. To keep track of his arrival, she has an exquisitely handcrafted 18-karat gold Daniel Mink dress watch, plus her choice of everyday watches from Daniel Mink, watches with character. The new Cougar LS from Lincoln Mercury keeps any dream alive. Stereo, air conditioning, power windows, plus it's longer, lower, wider. Mercury, where comfort and control are one.
I hope our next Miss USA is lucky enough to meet a hunk like that. She'll need a lot of help carrying home all her prizes. And would you believe there's more? Our winner will receive a $40,000 contract for personal appearances, plus a trip to one of the world's most beautiful beach resorts, Cancun, Mexico. There she'll compete in the Miss Universe pageant to be seen live here on CBS May 23rd, so mark your calendars now. Should our new Miss USA be crowned Miss Universe, her winnings would reach nearly $500,000. One lucky woman's life is going to change tonight, and the choice is up to our 11 judges, and thank heaven it's not up to me. So Dick is going to introduce them to you now.
Thank you, Angie. We've met the contestants. Please allow me to introduce our panel of 11 very dedicated judges. And ladies and gentlemen in the audience, if you'll hold your applause until we finish, we'd appreciate that. First off, founder of New York Select Model Management and Eye for Unique Beauty and Daring Promotion, put her at the top of the competitive world of fashion modeling. She's Bonnie Kay. This tennis champion serve has been clocked at 153 miles an hour, fastest in the game. A Davis Cup winner, a Wimbledon finalist. He was ranked 4th in all of the world. Tennis ace, Roscoe Tanner. Her fictional heroines reflect the strength of her own personality. One of America's foremost romance novelists, her current book, The Awakening, remains on the bestseller list. Here is Jude Devereaux. Bionics returned to television this summer and starring as Oscar Goldman, the Washington Man, in a new TV movie pilot, which he's also co-producing, the well-known actor Richard Anderson. Known as the instructor's instructor, a fitness expert whose work on many popular exercise videotapes has led to her own award-winning video, The Professionals Workout One-on-One, she's Linda Shelton. In 1987, she was the first Miss Chile to be crowned Miss Universe, a clothing designer. She now hosts a weekly television program in Chile. Here is Cecilia Boloco. An Air Force fighter pilot whose combat decorations include the Silver Star, Distinguished Flying Cross, and Purple Heart. He piloted the Voyager aircraft with his partner, Gina Yeager, in a record-breaking round-the-world flight. Here is Dick Rutan. 7-time national diving champion and Olympic gold medalist, she was recently inducted into the International Swimming Hall of Fame. Active in women's sports and the USA Special Olympics, she is Jennifer Chandler. Recognized as the country's foremost authority on speech and communication skills, she's coached many celebrities and politicians, author of the best-selling book and audio tape Talk to Win. She is Dr. Lillian Glass. The only woman pilot in 78 years to win the prestigious Collier Trophy and recipient of the Presidential Citizen Medal of Honor. She piloted the Voyager flight with fellow pageant judge Dick Rutan. She is Gina Yeager. And beginning as a Hollywood starlet, she's a respected actress who appeared in over 50 feature films and has now turned her considerable talents to the field of film directing. This is Stella Stevens. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome all of our judges. Thank you, judges, very much. I remind you, your job isn't over yet. No, sir. We are getting ready for the next step on the way to the Miss USA crown, our swimsuit competition.
Well, we're backstage again, and I remember this moment so well. And I especially remember concentrating so hard because I was afraid that when I walked out in my swimsuit, my knees would start shaking. Can you tell us how you're feeling right now?
Very excited.
And you?
Super.
And you?
Absolutely wonderful.
Thank you. Well, that's how they feel, and when we come back, we'll find out how they do.
Well, we are back live from Mobile, Alabama, getting even closer and closer to the moment when we will crown our new Miss USA. Keep your pencil handy. The next challenge for our 10 semifinalists is the swimsuit competition. Now, this year, each of our young ladies selected a favorite swimsuit reflecting her own individual style and personality from the exclusive Miss USA swimwear collection provided by the J.C. Penney Company.
Only you at home and I see the judges' scores. I just wanted to remind you of that. Now, you men probably don't want to watch the swimsuit competition, but just in case you're already glued to your set, we're going to hear each of our ladies tell us about another special moment in their lives. Here we go, guys.
The 1989 Miss USA swimsuit competition begins with Miss New Jersey. Deborah Husty is 5 feet 8 inches tall. She has brown hair and green eyes, and she is 21 years old.
I'm proud I helped create a motivational program for teenagers. The Discover You Network helps build feelings of self-worth by setting goals and striving to do your best. It's a great feeling to help touch the lives of others.
This is Miss Colorado. 21-year-old Debbie James has hazel eyes and blonde hair. She's 5 feet 7 inches tall.
Academic excellence means a lot to me, and I am most proud of graduating high school 1 year early with honors, and also to have performed in a musical show which raised thousands of dollars for the Colorado AIDS Project. It's been an honor to be involved in something so worthwhile.
Miss Louisiana is 23-year-old Elizabeth Prim. She's 5 feet 7 inches tall. Her hair is brown and her eyes are green.
I'm proud of the day I had the privilege to make a speech at the Georgetown Club in Washington, D.C. At that moment, I realized that what I would say would have a real effect on others. Now that's quite a responsibility.
Miss Oklahoma, Jill Shepard, is 5 feet 10 inches tall. Her hair is light brown, her eyes are blue, and Jill is 20 years old.
Being selected Girl State Governor, a statewide political program for high school juniors, is an event I'll always remember. Planning my campaign proved to be very challenging, and meeting the voters one-to-one was definitely an experience of a lifetime.
This is Miss California, Christina Faust. She's 5 feet 10 inches tall, has green eyes and blonde hair, and Christina is 23 years old.
When my brother Jim earned a gold medal at the Special Olympics, it was a wonderful day in his life, and mine. He demonstrated courage, determination, and a belief in himself that was inspiring to me. I am still being inspired.
Here's Miss Illinois. Kelly Holub is 5 feet 8 inches tall. She's 22 years old. Her hair is brown, and her eyes are blue.
I'll never forget the day I graduated from high school as valedictorian of my class. That was already a big honor, but what made the day really special was that my father, a member of the school board, handed me my high school diploma.
Here's Miss Texas. Gretchen Paul Hemus is 23 years old. She stands 5 feet 11 and a half inches tall. Her eyes are green, and her hair is light brown.
One of my proudest moments was when I was 18 and I earned my Texas real estate license. It was a goal that resulted from many hours of hard work, including a lot of math. And now I can face life's challenges with confidence, and I can finally balance my checkbook.
Next is Miss Pennsylvania. At 5 feet 7 inches tall, Denise Epps is 23 years old. She's a brunette with blue eyes.
Having the opportunity to live in France as a foreign exchange student was a memorable experience. I learned about another culture and how to be independent and open-minded. It was a chance to step outside of myself and learn about the world.
This is Miss Arizona, Leanne Larkin. She's 5 feet 8 inches tall. Her hair is blonde. Her eyes are green. She is 21 years old.
An exciting moment that changed my life was the day that I met Prince Charles at a charity banquet. He made me feel as if I were the only person there. I realized that if the future King of England could take the time to make me feel special, I should try to make others feel that way too.
And finally, Miss Georgia. 24-year-old Michelle Nemeth has hazel eyes and auburn hair, and she stands 5 feet 8 inches tall.
Working on a drug rehabilitation program for children was an extraordinary experience. It filled me with many emotions, satisfaction and regret for the children. I realized how fortunate I was to have such a loving family.
Thank you, ladies. Now we're 2/3 of the way toward the selection of our 5 finalists, one of whom will become the new Miss USA.
I feel so fat. Weren't they great-looking suits and 10 of the loveliest semifinalists and one very tough competition? How are you doing at home? Have you picked your favorites? Because I've spotted the winner. It was easy. I picked the one with the beautiful eyes, the great smile, an abundance of charm. That's right. Dick Clark. Okay, so I don't know the winner, but I do know something about how the delegates have been spending their time this past week. They've been up to their leotards in dance rehearsals, more dance rehearsals, and then even more dance rehearsals. But all our young ladies love it because it's a break from competition and a chance for them to work together.
Hi, I'm backstage as everybody's getting ready. Hi, I'm backstage as everybody's getting ready for the fabulous production number. And we'll be right back after this from Crest.
Isn't it amazing?
The contestants have prepared a rousing musical number for our show. And when I say rousing, I really mean it, because our special guest star is an electrifying talent. He's a Tony Award winner who starred in the Broadway smash hit My One and Only. Here's our 51 and only, along with the one and only Tommy Tune.
Is it true? Is it true what they say? Is it true? Is it true what they say? Is it true? Is it true what they say? Is it true what they say about Dixie? Is it true? Is it true what they say? Is it true what they say about Dixie? Is it true? Is it true what they say about Dixie? Does the sun really shine all the time? All the time. Do the sweet magnolias blossom round everybody's door? Do folks keep eating awesome till they can't eat no more? Is it true? Is it true what they say about Swanee? Is it dream? Is it try that dream? It's so sublime. Do they laugh? Do they love like they say in every song? Is it true? Is it true what they say? Is it true? Is it true what they say? Is it true? Is it true what they say?
If it's true, if it's true, if it's true, that's where I belong. Evening, ladies. Now, if you like sweet Magnolia Lane and gals as sweet as sugar cane, then hop on the nearest choo-choo train, 'cause it's all aboard for Dixie. And if you like to hear that southern drawl and gals that say, I love y'all, ain't no use for you to stall. You better get on down to Dixie. Now, when you're around that Swanee shore, you can knock on anybody's door. Just ask them who won that Civil War. They're gonna tell you down in Dixie. I'm going to pack my shoes and walking stick, my cotton shirt and my banjo pick. If you need me, you can reach me quick. I'll be right down here in Dixie. like they say in every song. That's why I quit. I'm Alabama bound. That's why I quit. I'm Alabama bound. That's why that's where we belong. That's what I like about the South.
Girls, you're absolutely smashing. You look like pros out there. If the judges had scored the production number, you would all get a 10.
We did it! Terrific! It really went well. You were great. I'm going to have to take you all to Broadway. Oh my God, there's a show going on.
That was so great. I'm out of breath. Laura, are you still there?
Yes, Angie?
Well, I know that hours and hours were spent preparing for that dance number, but these young ladies are busy every single minute, aren't they?
Oh, you bet. For the entire 27 days they're here in Mobile, they're always on the run, on the move, and always, always on the jump.
From headquarters at the Hotel Radisson Admiral Sens, named for a Mobile Civil War hero, the delegates set out for a day about town wearing sportswear provided by JCPenney Company. They began their outing with a tour of Oakley Plantation, a 150-year-old antebellum monument to the Old South. There they were greeted by Mobile's renowned Azalea Trailmaids, who gave them a chance to play the colorful role of Southern Belles. Fort Morgan stands today as a monument to Mobile's Confederate past. Our delegates took the opportunity to relive some memories in the history of this proud city, and were happy to wave the rebel flag in tribute to the boys in gray. Away all boat.
Okay, who feels lucky? I do. We're going to catch some of them big blue marlins today.
For the more adventurous delegates, there was a chance to try their luck in one of the finest sports fishing areas in the world, the warm waters of the Gulf Coast, and to talk about the one that didn't get away. Other delegates found a variety of ways to get around the Gulf shores and have some challenging fun while they were at it. Here at the University of South Alabama Children's and Women's Hospital, our delegates paid a visit to the Treehouse Child Life Center. They do wonderful work here for children undergoing medical care for complex injuries and illnesses. These youngsters were happy to greet their visitors and show them around. They talked.
Thank you.
They shared.
They just show me what they do. And it goes.
They even traded beauty secrets. Our delegates certainly count this special time among their most precious memories of Mobile. The oak-lined bicycle path at Marriott's Grand Hotel offers a great way to keep the legs in shape, as well as a tour of scenic Point Clear along the way. For some, a fast workout on the sand volleyball court is the way to go. But then there are those who prefer just a quiet tea time. By the end of the afternoon, all of our delegates gather at Gulf State Park Resort to enjoy the beautiful beach, have a taste of the famous Gulf shrimp, and even come back for seconds. A day to remember that ended too soon.
Angie, as you can see, Miss USA candidates managed to have a good time and still be ambassadors of goodwill wherever they are.
Well, that certainly seems true, Laura. Now, let's talk about the next step in tonight's competition. If we were to poll our 10 semifinalists, Laura, I'd bet the evening gown competition would be their favorite.
Absolutely. Because, well, nobody can see if your knees are shaking.
Well, the evening gown competition is the third step that'll determine our 5 finalists. It's coming up right after this.
In this beautiful setting, our young ladies wearing gowns of their own choosing now join us for the evening gown competition. They're going to be serenaded by members of the Naval Aviation Choir, and they're saluted by the United States Coast Guard Sword Drill Team and the Marine Corps Color Guard.
When I'm soaring slowly, high up in the sky, up in the sky, up in the sky, all alone, I realize I see your face before me and get lost in your eyes. Lost in your, lost in your, lost in your eyes. When I'm alone up there.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 1989 Miss USA Evening Gown Competition, beginning with Miss New Jersey.
Alone up there, I feel a strength that's powerful and true. As if there's nothing in the world I couldn't do. And up there, up where the air is red, you're there. And soon we two are flying.
Miss Colorado.
Soaring side by side across the sky. When I'm alone up alone up there, my mind begins a flight that's all its own, and soars through every thought I've ever known.
This is Miss Louisiana.
All my cares vanish in the air, and suddenly it's clear how much I care. When I'm alone up there.
Here's Miss Oklahoma. Here's Miss California.
Isn't this what's called romance? And now I know, 'cause when I'm lost I can't let go.
Next, Miss Illinois.
It's like being lost in heaven when I'm lost in your eyes.
Here's Miss Texas.
We can't deny, and when I first knew was when I first looked at you.
This is Miss Pennsylvania. Here's Miss Arizona. And finally, Miss Georgia. And with the conclusion of this evening gown competition, our semifinals are now completed. Thank you, ladies, very much.
As our new Miss USA begins her reign, she'll be preparing for the Miss Universe pageant, which will be seen live right here on CBS May 23rd from beautiful Cancun, Mexico. Cancun is sun, surf, sport, luxurious hotels, white sandy beaches, and clear blue waters. A sun lover's paradise and an international resort. And in May, Cancun will become even more appealing when the contestants for the Miss Universe pageant arrive.
This is the part where I was praying. In a moment, we'll learn the names of our 5 finalists for Miss USA 1989. Right after this, from Vacuum Folgers.
It's your son's wedding day, waking up his favorite way.
Well, we are still live, and it's getting livelier because in just a moment I'm going to announce the names of our 5 finalists. But before I do, a little word of thanks. The Miss USA pageant is very grateful for the generous cooperation we've received while we've been in Mobile and the Gulf Shores. And on behalf of a whole lot of good people, I'd like to acknowledge the Honorable Guy Hunt, Governor of Alabama, Arthur Outlaw, the Mayor of Mobile, and Harding Finley, General Chairman of the Host Committee, and all of our friends and volunteers. Thank you very much for such wonderful hospitality. You've really been awful nice to us. Thank you. Now, before we announce the names of our 5 finalists, I'd like to bring back our 10 lovely semi-finalists. Ladies, take a bow, if you will, please. You're looking awful good. Now, I have just been handed the printout containing the scores, and once again, I will read these names in no particular order. Our first finalist is Miss Louisiana. All right, there's 1 out of 5. The second name on the list is Miss Oklahoma. We'll add one more name right here. It is Miss New Jersey. There are 2 names left in the 5 finalists, one of which is Miss Texas. The fifth and final name, Miss Georgia. All righty, there they are. Congratulations, the 5 ladies, one of whom will be the next Miss USA. Congratulations.
Well, we're down to our final 5, and home scorekeepers discard all scores to this point because once again, our candidates are all even. You know, this is an evening of firsts. It's my first pageant. Dick's going to tell you about a new feature we're adding to the pageant for the first time, and it's my first visit to Mobile and the Gulf Shores. I really love it. Let's take a quick look around with our tour guide, the reigning Miss USA, Courtney Gibbs.
Looking at the revitalized skyline of Mobile, topped by Stouffer's Riverview Plaza, you realize that this is a city on the move. But though it's a city going forward, it maintains its close ties to the past. Southern tradition is important here. Did you know that Mobile, Alabama is the home of the original Mardi Gras celebration in the United States? Mardi Gras has always meant party, and they sure know how to do it down here. One of the wonderful things about Mobile is the way it has preserved its history. The old plantations have maintained their original stately beauty. Fort Gaines on the west and Fort Morgan on the east still stand guard to Mobile Bay, stirring reminders of the Civil War. But nowhere does the past meet the present more dramatically than here at the birthplace of the city of Mobile, Fort Conde. Today, it opened its gates as a tourist information center. The fort now nestles among the modern high-rise buildings of downtown Mobile. Visitors arriving by air get a sense of modern Mobile right away. Our Miss USA contestants arrived at the new Mobile Municipal Airport, the transportation hub for the business and family communities of Mobile County. For most of them, it was their first exposure to that famous Dixie charm. Mobile's leading aviation manufacturer, Teledyne Continental, made aeronautical history with the 1986 Voyager flight. Teledyne contributed the design and the construction of the engine that made that flight possible. Just look at this altitude testing chamber. Now that's what they call leading-edge technology. There are many reasons to visit this picturesque place called the City of Azaleas. It's known for gorgeous flowers, streets lined with graceful live oaks, and lovely Alabama sunsets. Mobile is also a university town. The University of South Alabama is known for its spacious campus where traditional meets modern to produce academic excellence. My visit there came complete with color guard and a warm student body welcome. Go Jaguars! More than anything, water has shaped this city. The Port of Mobile is 10th busiest in our nation and soon becomes a U.S. Navy home port. Mobile Bay is at the mouth of the Tennessee Tombigbee Waterway, a massive project linking the Gulf to the South Central region. And plans are complete for a new convention center to be built at the water's edge. And it's water which provides work, like shrimping, one of the area's major industries, and sport fishing, one of its favorite forms of leisure. Mobile's location on the Gulf of Mexico provides a semi-tropical climate and makes this a great place to live. So if your fun is high-powered, or just laid back, then this is the place. Quality of life? Mobilians say you can't have it any better. I'm inclined to believe them.
Thank you, Courtney. In a few minutes, we'll give our 5 finalists one last opportunity to show they have what it takes to be Miss USA. Right after this, from Ivory Shampoo and Conditioner, the official hair care system of the Miss USA pageant.
Now, if I may, let me explain what's going to happen next here. This is a first. Each of our finalists in turn will draw a name of one of our judges from this bowl. And we got them all in here. And they will then respond to a question that judge has prepared and will personally ask. Each finalist will have 30 seconds to express an opinion or viewpoint uniquely her own. The judges will consider the content and presentation of each response, which may influence the final choices and the rankings they give. Ladies, if you're ready, let's start with Miss Louisiana. Pick one out of there. All right. This is from judge number 3, Jude Devereaux.
If you could be any historical figure for 1 week, who would you choose to be and why?
I believe I would choose to be Betsy Ross, because she was there in the Revolution when we were fighting, when our country was fighting for the Revolution, for our freedom, and I believe I would want to be the woman in charge and responsible for making our American flag, a flag that I'm very proud and just am very excited when I look at, to know that I'm an American citizen.
Thank you very much. Would you step back there? Miss Oklahoma, if you'd select one of the judges' questions from the bowl.
And we'll see. Why don't you step in here a little bit? This comes from judge number 7, Dick Rutan.
What do you feel is the greatest challenge your generation of Americans faces today?
I feel the greatest challenge our generation is setting high goals for ourselves, especially with education. We seem to lag behind, and we don't get personal enough and strive enough for our goals in education. And if our youth and our generation strive for those high goals in education, I feel that we will be a successful society in the future.
Thank you very much. Mr. Zerzi, you want to step over?
Select the judge's question. Read out from whom it comes. This is judge number 2, Roscoe Tanner.
You're involved in one of the most competitive events that exists. Do you think there's too much competition in our society for money and prestige, and how would you change it?
I don't think that there is too much competition in our society today. I think that we should go after what we want, and that means that you do have to compete with other people. But we should give it our all, and we should never give up.
Thank you very much. Miss Texas, would you come over? Select the question. And let's see. We're going to judge number 4, Richard Anderson.
Miss Texas, who do you think makes a better friend, a man or a woman, and why?
Okay. To me, a better friend to me is a man, and the reason why I say that is because my brother is my best friend, and we have a lot of things in common, even though we aren't in the same sex. And to me, the bond is there, and there is no jealousy, and it's just a closeness that is uncomparable.
Thank you very much. Miss Georgia, it's your turn. It's going to be a little harrowing being the last one into the bowl. Right? All right, you want to step on the circle here? Let's see. This comes from judge number 8, Jennifer Chandler.
You have 5 hours to spend in a city you've never visited before. How would you spend the time? Go to a health club, a museum, or a ball game?
Oh, dear. Probably a museum. I'd like to learn as much as I could about the city. I'm not able to travel a lot because I do work full-time, and that would be a big advantage to me, and I would like to learn as much as I could.
Thank you very much. Would you rejoin your colleagues up there? Ladies, thank you very much. We appreciate your answers.
I really admire the way our ladies handled those questions. We might think it's easy from where we're watching, but it's not. It's a little like taking your driver's test with 100 million people in the back seat. So we're getting ready for the final moment. Let's join Dick.
Thank you, Angie. Up until now, the judges have given the contestants scores of things like 8.6 or 9.9. You've seen it and that sort of thing. But this time, our judges are going to enter a single number from 1 to 5 into the computer. That number represents the judges' ranking as they indicate their choice for 4th runner-up, 3rd, 2nd, 1st runner-up, and our new Miss USA. This is the final moment of decision. And we will begin with Miss Louisiana Elizabeth Prim. Now, Miss Louisiana plans to work in the cosmetics industry and obtain a business degree tonight. The important business at hand is naming our new Miss USA. This is Miss Oklahoma, Jill Shefford. Jill is a college student who's already had years of dance training, music lessons behind her, but with the judge's decision only moments away, she's a little more concerned now with what's ahead. This is Miss New Jersey, Deborah Lee Husty. Among her hobbies are drawing, painting, and public speaking. The next time she takes the podium, she's hoping to be introduced as Miss USA 1989. Next is Miss Texas, Gretchen Paul-Hemus. She was a rodeo rider, a cattle broker, real estate investor, and she's wondering what is in store for her tonight. And finally, Miss Georgia, Michelle Nemeth. Michelle's interests and ambitions are in the fashion industry, but tonight she hopes to add a Miss USA crown to her wardrobe. The final judging is now complete. Thank you, ladies, very much.
I really wonder who the next Miss USA will be. We'll find out after this from Secret, the official antiperspirant of the Miss USA pageant.
It's now time for our reigning Miss USA to take her traditional farewell walk. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Miss USA 1988, Courtney Gibbs.
Having the honor of being Miss USA was an extraordinary and rewarding experience. It's so hard for me to believe a whole year has passed. The whirlwind began the night I was crowned Miss USA. Then, on to Taipei, Taiwan for the Miss Universe pageant. Next, an invitation to participate in the People's Choice Award on national television. I learned a lot being in the public eye, and it's fun. A very personal and touching part of my year was spent with some very special children. Topping off my year was a worldwide tour with the USO. These and all the other people and places and experiences I will never forget. I want to thank the state of Texas, Guy Rex, and my family for their support and their love in all I've done. Thank you to the people of the United States for my year and for memories I'll cherish forever.
Courtney Gibbs, much good luck, Courtney, in your acting and broadcasting career. We wish you nothing but the best. Now, our computer has tabulated the votes of our judges, printed the result, and that printout will list the names of our fourth, third, second, and first runners-up and the new Miss USA. The results have been reviewed by representatives of the international accounting firm of Ernst & Whinney and will be given to me by Mr. Mark Ward of that firm. Thank you, Mark, very much. Now, what can I say, ladies? This is the moment we've all been hanging in waiting for. And before we go any further, may I say that we would be very, very proud to have any one of you women be the new Miss USA. You're all wonderful. Thank you. Now, to give us a hand, we have a young lady who really knows what this moment is like, the reigning Miss Teen USA, Mindy Duncan. Hi, Mindy. Ladies, here we go. The fourth runner-up is Miss Georgia. The third runner-up is Miss Louisiana. The second runner-up is Miss New Jersey. Ladies, you want to come down here, please? Hang on to each other. I am about to reveal the name of our first runner-up and the new Miss USA. Now, should the new Miss USA be unable to complete her reign for any reason whatsoever, by the way, that could include being named Miss Universe in May. The first runner-up becomes Miss USA. Keep that in mind. Here we go. The first runner-up is Miss Oklahoma. Miss USA is Miss Texas, Gretchen Paul Hemas. Congratulations. We've got to get a crown on this lady if we can. You are the new Miss USA. The cash awards and prizes are yours, as well as the chance to be our country's representative in Cancun, Mexico at the 1989 Miss Universe pageant. Now, your predecessor, Courtney Gibbs, is going to read the Miss USA Creed as our entire cast serenades you. The stage is yours. Gretchen, you are the new Miss USA 1989.
We, representing the states of the United States in the Miss USA pageant, in order to further the cause of peace and mutual understanding, dedicate ourselves to the ideals of sportsmanship, friendship, and goodwill among all the people of the United States.
Congratulations. Now, we've had a lot of Miss Texases become Miss USA. Are you happy? That's a dumb question, I know.
Ecstatic is more like it. How about seize this moment?
Will you remember it for a long time?
I thought I would never forget Miss Texas, but this is one up, I think.
Angie, we had our work cut out for ourselves. We went out to get a winner, and we got one.
Oh, we sure did. A new star was crowned tonight, right here in Mobile, Alabama. She got up this morning, Gretchen Paul Hemas of Fort Worth, Texas, but she'll go to bed tonight as Miss USA 1989.
And for all of our winners and the hundreds of people connected with the Miss USA pageant, for Courtney Gibbs, for Laura Martinez-Herring, Mindy Duncan, Angie Dickinson, Dick Clark, thanking you all for sharing this year's pageant with us. Thank you.
Until we meet again from Cancun, Mexico on May 23rd. Good night and congratulations.
Good night. I can
hot, and this winter Eastern has hot fares to the hottest destinations. Eastern, we've got your ticket to fun in the sun. Portions of this program have been recorded.
This is Kathleen Sullivan. Tomorrow, Tom Landry's first television interview since leaving the Dallas Cowboys. Also, director Steven Spielberg tomorrow on CBS This Morning.
Stay tuned for your local news coming up next. This is